What is going on, good people? This is your man, Gavin, the Boss Man Stevenson, coming at you with another great episode of Late Night at the Table. I have my lovely host with me. Her name is Lady J. Go ahead and say something to the people, Lady J.
Hello, everybody.
Like always, short and sweet. But this episode is not really going to be that way because I'm telling you there's going to be some low blows thrown on this episode. I know it is. Lady J has gotten her not a tablet, but her notebook out. We are going to do an episode on dating, the qualifications. Wow, the qualifications of dating.
There should be many.
Yes, I totally agree. You should have qualifications in your life if you are doing the things that you are supposed to be doing, when you're doing them, when how you're doing them, and where you're doing them at.
Fact.
So let's jump right into this thing. Now, there are a lot of things that we could talk about with this topic, but we're going to try to keep it mostly the facts, things that we have gone through, and things that we are currently dealing with now. How do you feel about that, Lady J?
I'm all for it.
She's all in. Lego. So, Lady J, let me ask you the first question then. What is one of your main qualifications to meeting a man now compared to back then? Now, I know we're going back then, like 20 years ago, but what are the qualifications now that you have been through what you have been through and seen what you've seen out here in these streets? What are they now?
Well, our number one would be that he's available. And I mean available, not in a relationship, not in a situation, but also available mentally and within itself. Because there's a lot of guys that are single but just aren't single. Emotionally available, or like they're not emotionally available. They're not looking for anything but a good time. So I need you to be available. That's number one.
But let me ask you this: in the beginning, aren't we just looking for a good time? Somebody that we can maybe vibe with? No. Ooh. Well, you have closed that gate. You have closed that gate tough, haven't you?
I have to, because at 20 I could have a good time. 40 I don't have time to have a good time. We can have a good time when we're committed to each other, and we can have a good time when we're exclusively dating or whatever. Have a good time at 40. We should be, building our wealth and securing our finances for our children and grinding. Good times will come within the dating process or whatever, but I don't have time to just be flying off the handle with you.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Are there steps to where you're trying to get to? Because it sounds like you're just trying to dive right in and say, okay, we together, let's do this.
Oh, no. Well, of course you can't meet nobody and say, well, let's dive into a relationship. That's stupid and foolish. I think at this age, first of all, you know what you're looking for. If that's not what you're looking for, then you shouldn't be dating.
Correct.
You should just be single and free. But if you are looking for that, and, it takes time to get to know people, But I was watching a thing the other day, and I know you have a problem with my homeboy Steve.
Listen, who are we talking about? Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey.
I don't have a problem with Steve at all. Let's get them facts straight. I don't have a problem with Steve, because Steve. The reason I say that is because Steve is a person that has made it through a lot of, a lot of things that he has. He's had a lot of ups and downs in his career. He's made it from the top, went to the bottom, made it to the top.
Marriages.
So several marriages. I commend Steve where he's at right now. He's doing his thing. Now, I'll tell you this. Now, I wasn't all on that Steve bandwagon back in the day when I felt like he was giving all the tea out. But me being older now, I understand the movies and the books and all that stuff. Now, I didn't understand it before. I just felt like, Steve, you selling us all out, because now, if you listen to how I talk, I sound kind of like Steve when I'm giving out the tea. You see what I'm saying? So I can't really say. I don't
Right.
like now. You do know there's some out there I don't like, and I'm not gonna mention the names until you start mentioning names, and then you know how I get when we listen to them on Facebook and all those social media
Instagram.
sites. Yeah, you be like, listen to this one. I'd be like, man, you know I don't even like that guy. But go ahead, finish up on Steve.
But Steve was talking about, when you meet somebody and you start dating somebody, it don't take you forever to figure out if this is something that's going to happen or work out, especially when you're in your 30s and your 40s. It's like you already pretty much know what you're looking for and where you want to go. So one of the video snippets I was watching was talking about the phrase that I don't want to say I don't like it or I hate it. It's just, it's so up in the air, and I'm not an up in the air person.
Let me hear it then.
Let's go with the flow. I hate it. It irks me because going with the flow means. But see, this is why I don't like it. Number one, I don't like it because I don't feel like men who say that can honestly go with the flow. You can't. You can't really go with the flow.
I don't know about that. It's some out there, but hold on. It's some out there that are laid back enough. Okay, go ahead, Finn. Go ahead.
But I'm saying, you say go with the flow as long as you have the control over what you do and have the control over the situation. If a woman tells you, okay, look, this is what I'm looking for, blah, blah, and you say, okay, yeah, that sounds nice. Let's just go with the flow. Let's just see where this is going. You have the control. You know what she wants. She don't know what you want. So you have the control over the situation. Now, if homegirl turn around and say, you know what, I was right, let's go with the flow. I don't know what you want. You know what I want. But since you do, I don't know what you're doing, let me do my thing. Men can't handle that. Men can't handle that. They can't handle that. If a woman turns around and gives him exactly what he's giving her, can't handle that.
Wow. Okay. I don't think that's entirely true. Now, sometimes, let me say this. You're right. Men cannot handle what a woman dishes out. We've been over that. We've talked about that many times. Right. Mm-hmm. But there's multiple levels of going with the flow. Now I'm going to feed you some bullshit. I'm going to feed you some bullshit. All right? There's multiple levels of going with the flow.
I'm not eating it, but go ahead.
Now listen. Now you can be that type of dude that likes to go with the flow. And you know what? It ends up into something that's greater because we actually get to see where each other's head is at. Correct? That's the normal way. That's the way that everybody wants to see it and partake it and all that good stuff.
But date or not going to date. You can date me and figure out where my head is.
Well, then you know what? You're right, because you can. But at the same time, right, you could be dating somebody and that person be a complete lunatic.
Okay, well then you find out they're a lunatic, cut their ass off and move on.
All right, so how long? So what about if I'm dealing? All right, so say you're dealing with somebody, right? And that person you find out is a lunatic, but now y'all are past the dating stages. Y'all into full-blown relationship. You see what I'm saying? Full-blown.
Y'all, that's what I'm saying. A person cannot hide who they are only for so long. You see red flags. Like, for instance, one of the things that Steve said, a guy who says that they can go with the flow, and it's over 3 to 4 months, he has no intention of doing anything with you.
Right.
So it's just like, move the fuck on. I have an issue with, especially since I've been in such a long-term relationship, I have an issue with time. Like, don't waste my time. If you are not looking for what I'm looking for, we could be friends. We could be cool. I might even smash when I feel like it. But what you're not going to do is fool me. And I feel like what a lot of people tend to do, they tend to hold people. Especially if
But
you know
what
that
are you
person's
holding them
looking
for?
that.
What are you holding them for then? If you don't plan on being with them, then
Oh, it's a lot
that
of guys who will hold a good woman.
No, I
You
understand
would keep
that,
her
but
just engaged
I don't know. I guess
just enough.
now I see it in a different light because I can say that I was a little bit like that too, but now what am I holding you for? If this is not going to work out, if we can't sit there and vibe, then it's not going to work out. But I'm not going to sit here and fake the funk with you either. Because sometimes I've been in situations that I thought that everything was all roses and all that good shit. Come to find out, it ain't about what I thought it was about. You get what I'm saying?
But you know how that ends up happening? Lack of communication. When you don't talk and that person doesn't talk, you can't possibly think everything is peachy-dory when you don't communicate.
Oh, trust me. I totally agree with that. Now, hold on. Let me say I agree with that now.
Right. Because to me, I feel like people think stuff is hunky-dory when, number one, they're doing their own thing. So you're not wrapped up in what somebody else has going on. So, okay, everything is cool because I'm cool, so everything is cool. Not necessarily.
So when do you tell that person that it's not cool? Immediately? Or do you just hold on until
at the moment that it's not cool?
Okay.
No.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I'm the type of person I get.
You get what?
As you know, I'm the type of person you can read stuff on my face. My whole demeanor would change if I'm not okay. Okay? So for anybody to actually date me and not know that or not sense that, then we have a problem. You should be able to tell when I'm not all right.
Trust me, people, I know already. Because I can tell sometimes when she be looking at me on this podcast, like, oh, you just gonna say that? You just gonna say that?
I mean, my spirit has been delivered, not my face.
So, on this notebook that you have, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So, on this notebook that you have.
Well, since you talked about the notebook.
Go ahead. Hit me with it.
Okay. So, on the notebook, it talks about a couple of things that you should be looking for to understand if a guy is actually going to move forward with you or not.
Okay.
Because we talk about what you're looking for. Okay. So, one of the things was he cares about how you feel. There's a lot of people who would date you and not give two craps about how you feel. We could be selfish. We could be, self-absorbed, but we're not really caring what the other person is saying or feeling. So, but I have a question about that.
Okay.
Everybody shows that differently. So how would you be able to know if a woman cares about how you feel?
Now or back then? We're talking about now, right? We're talking about now.
Now.
Okay, now you can tell. Mm-hmm. I feel that you can tell about how a person cares about you, about, checking up on you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Trying to find out the problem when they know there's a problem and you keep on telling them, no, I'm good. And they can, they understand your body language and all that stuff. They know when they realize they know your vibe. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of things that go into that because a lot of times people will sit here and tell you that they're okay all day long and just going crazy on the inside. Mm-hmm. Me, on the other hand, I believe because I'm so nonchalant about a lot of things that it's like, if I can't fix it, I'm not going to let it bother me. You get what I'm saying? Because
that's a superpower.
You know what I mean? If I can't fix it, I'm not going to let it bother me because I can't fix it. So I have to keep on moving on with my day to keep things going. You know what I mean? So another thing is that when you are sitting there and I'm all about the vibe, about two people being able to be around each other and enjoy each other with really no distractions. You get what I'm saying? When you can sit there and have a decent conversation with somebody and your phone is going off and you're like, I'll deal with them later on. Or I saw one, I saw a meme that said, and I'm going to talk about a phone situation. I saw a meme, and I know you saw it too because I believe that I showed it to you. He said, maybe you showed it to me, that he said, he doesn't care about you if his phone is facing down. He doesn't. You remember that one?
He's like he's hiding something.
He's hiding something. Yeah. No, I feel if my phone is facing down, I'm not hiding anything. What I'm doing is I'm giving you my undivided attention. Because I don't have to hide my phone. Not now. You know what I mean? Back in the day, boy, my phone was like Fort Knox. Boy, I would eat, sleep, shit with my phone. My phone would not leave my side. Now, I'll leave that bitch sitting right beside you at the dinner table and walk off. Don't worry about it. Messages just flash across the screen. I don't care. You know what I mean? Because when you're doing stuff the right way, life is easier. So now you don't have to sit here and I know I'm getting off the dating part, but I feel like when you're dating somebody, you're dealing with somebody, you have to be prepared to deal with all of that person. You get what I'm saying? If you're not prepared to deal with all of that person and what everything that person comes to you with, it's going to be a long, hard road. Because you
I feel like you can prevent that. I feel like you can prevent that. You can prevent if you were dealing with somebody and that person comes to you with something and you just like, okay, like this is a lie, this is too much. You can say that at the dating spot. You get what I'm saying? You can say that at the beginning. To get into a whole relationship and then you're like, I don't know if I can handle this. That's just like with me. With me dating now, one of the things that I say a lot, I tell people is that, I have lupus. So when people, why are you always tired? Or why are you sleeping all the time? Stuff like that. I have to explain to them, like, this is something that I'm going to have for the rest of my life. You get what I'm saying? Like, I got to deal with it. So if you're not able to deal with that, or if I call you one day and say I'm in the hospital because of this and that, if you're not able to deal with that, you don't need to date me.
Right.
Right.
You're right about that.
You got anger issues. You don't need to date.
You don't need to date. If you can't take being roasted every now and again and just fun, you don't need to date me. Oh man. But yeah, it's I feel like, a lot of times people when you're in that dating situation, I feel like that's the time that you are supposed to be the most observant of that person, because this is when you're going to find out a lot about that person. You know what I mean? I preach about the first 90 days. First 90 days, you're going to find out a lot about a person. You can find out a lot about a person in 3 months, boy. Quick.
Now, can you do the 90-day rule?
Which one is that?
Can you actually deal with somebody and date with somebody and not sleep with them for 90 days?
Well, me being the suave debonair that I am, you know what I mean? I hit y'all with my radio voice with me being my suave debonair type of guy that I am.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Yes and no. Let me explain, please. Now, I can do that 90 days, right? I can. Mm-hmm. But you can't be putting your hands all on me and be wanting to rub and touch all on me and then be like, well, I gotta go. What? You gotta what? Hold on. You gotta go
why
where?
not?
No, hell no. Don't be putting your hands on
Why
me.
not?
You be rubbing your luscious body all over me, and then you gonna talk about, I gotta go. No. Hell no. You ain't going nowhere today. I'm about to start tearing this. Look, Lady J. I'm about to start tearing shit up.
No, but not right now.
Okay, I can get no, but not right now. But no, but not right now. Don't touch me.
You stupid.
You done said
now with those 90 days, because
go ahead. Now hold on. Now those 90 days, we're talking about just sex, right?
Oral sex is sex.
Oh, that's some bullshit. So you telling me for 90 days I can't get none and I can't talk you to putting your mouth on me?
Nope.
Shit. Then I can't do the 90 days.
So you cannot be involved with a woman and just get to know her mind mentally and all of that for 90 days.
Yeah, but you can't be over here coming around. Boy, man, let me tell you something. Nowadays, ladies, boy, y'all be coming around, nigga, smelling all sweet like some, boy, oh, my God. Be looking all thick and juicy and tender and everything, and then y'all just expect us to be like, yeah, I'm going to let you go home. You know what I mean? You smell like a bowl of yams, and I'm over here hungry than a motherfucker, and I can't touch you because I got to go. You know what I mean? Because you told me I couldn't get none for 90 days. But let me ask you this. It's like, okay, so if there's an up and a downside to that 90-day rule.
Yeah.
Now you done waited this 90 days and found out old boy's trash. Then what do you do?
That can be fixed.
Oh, no, some things can't be fixed. I wouldn't matter. We need some medical things.
Some things can be taught. You don't knock it out. I mean, nobody knocks it out the park the first time.
It's hard to teach a new dog new tricks. You know that, right? Old dog new tricks. You know that, right?
I'm teachable. Teach me. It's a lot of things I ain't did.
And then you know, sometimes people get offended when you talk about how they do things in the bedroom. They do.
It depends on how you say it, though, Mr. Gavin, because you should be very harsh to people.
I don't think that I'm harsh. I believe that I'm real.
You can't tell no woman that you ain't looking to do.
Yeah. It's garbage. You know, I'm quick to be like, it's garbage. What do you think you're doing? No, you're not just gonna put your mouth on and say, oh, mwah. No, I need you to grab it by both hands and look at it and be like,
hey, we don't.
Huh?
We don't need no lesson right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a little involved. I was about to.
Yeah, no lessons right now. But you is stupid. But I mean, I feel like that's something that's mediocre that can't be fixed. That's something juvenile. Because for me, most women's sex is mental anyway. So even if it's trash and a girl likes you or a woman likes you, it won't feel like trash to her. You know what I'm saying? I've been in situations where it ain't been all that, but because I like this person or I love this person, it didn't bother me.
Okay, so let's flip this around then. So we're talking about the 90-day rule, all right? Mm-hmm. Now, what about? And let me bring this nice scenario up for you, all right? Let me get this scenario just right for you. What about you, him, y'all sitting around, blah, 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 playing around, whatever. Things get hot and heavy, right?
Well, on day 60?
Let's say I'll make it even closer for you. Day 92.
Well, that's after the 90 days.
I'm sorry,
I'm sorry,
not day 92. Day 8. Let's say day 82. There you go, 82. Right?
Okay.
Day 82. Y'all in there messing around the house, and then something just happened, and it just flipped out, and he just said, "Okay, I need something." And then just, how do I explain this? I'll put it this way. He says he just wants to put his mouth on you. Would you let him? You got 90 days now. It goes both ways. Now you can't just, all right, see?
Wait.
No, your face is enough for me. Like I say, your face reads it all now.
Let me say this. If we at 82, and so you talk about 8 days.
It doesn't matter. 90.
But I'm saying, you're asking me.
Yes.
But you're asking me my honest opinion, right?
Honest opinion.
My honest opinion, 82, he would get it. I'm not even gonna lie. By 82, and we in the
how you ask me? How you ask me about 90?
But that was your answer. You were telling your truth.
Because you know I'm ready day
1.
No, not day 1. Day 5. God damn, give me some time here. Damn, I can't get a couple days.
Oh my God.
Day 5. Calling you up. What's up, baby? You know what time it is, right? No, I don't know what time it is. Guess what? It's Mr. Nasty time. And I'm going to say it just like that, too. Nasty time.
Anyway.
I told you about you. You brought this conversation up. I told you I'm going to do whatever I want to do.
I'm fine. Day 82. Because see, to me, as a woman, if I let it get that far, well, you up, I'm ready, then
So it's time to go. So it's time to go deep sea diving. That's what you're talking about.
Pretty much. I mean, because if I didn't want it to happen, I wanted to let it take it that far. Right.
Ooh, that's a long time. That
is not a long time.
That's a long time.
So okay, listen. So the next thing they talk about was somebody giving you their time.
Now you know how I feel about time.
So, well, I'm really big on that because I feel like if you want your presence to be known, you make your presence present.
Right.
So, I think time means a lot to me. Time means more to me than anything to me. Like it beats the money, it beats the all of that.
Beats all that. You're right about that.
Yeah, so that was one of the things he said. If a person's willing to take something to the next level, they will invest their time in you because your time is an investment. So, I was watching, I think his name was Stefan, somebody on YouTube, black guy with dreads in his head. He does like relationship advice too. And he was talking about how, time is the most precious thing you could give by on the fact that if I'm working 80-hour week or, working a whole bunch of hours, I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm working 20, all around the clock all the time. For me to take an hour out of my day and spend it with you is a lot because I don't have much time. You get what I'm saying? So if a person's not willing to give you any of that, then you're not a priority or an investment they're willing to make. And I was like, I never looked at it that way.
Well, what do you consider as a person making time then?
I mean, time can be given in any way. I mean, 2020 we got so much technology. FaceTime is time in some
I'm about to say, you consider that? Oh, wow. I'm about to say, oh, wow. You consider that as time. That's amazing to me. Go ahead.
I would consider that, too. I would consider that because, sometimes people live a distance from each other. Sometimes you could be working at the same time talking to me and, but you're still giving me your time.
Okay. I can
dig it. I feel like this, too. Right. Or like if somebody says, I'm finna go do such. if you could pass by my house 2 or 3 times and not one time stop by or come see me, that's a problem. You're not willing to invest your time.
Right.
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 So what do you think about that?
What do I think about time? You know how I feel about it. I feel that, time is a lot to me because I tell all people, you can play with my money, you can play with all other stuff because I can get that back. You can't never get time back. Time is just, once it's gone, it's gone. Every second should be very, very priceless to you. I feel like, you know what, nowadays, there's really no excuse. It's hard to make an excuse that you don't have time because, like you said, you have too many ways to communicate with people now. You remember back in the day when you wanted to go talk to somebody on the phone, you used to have to plan it out. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm gonna call you at this time. Blah blah blah. Be here. Now it's like now you want to talk to somebody, you can boom video chat them. You know what I mean? You can. I've seen people. There's people right now that are having online dates, and they're just as powerful as meeting in public. You know what I mean? I was looking at that earlier, and they said the percentage of online dating with just strictly online dating has risen over the last couple months, but we already know why that has happened.
Because of the whole COVID, yeah.
But at the same time, it's happened. So I let you know that, back in the day when you used to tell somebody, well, I'll call you. A lot of times that didn't used to be sufficient either. You know what I mean? It was,
right.
Oh, you don't want to see me, blah, blah, blah. Now when the motherfuckers say, oh, you don't want to see me, click, I'm right here. You know what I mean? I'm in your face now.
Right. Right, and that's why I said that.
But me personally, since I am I'm not gonna lie, I'm a physical person. You know what I mean? I enjoy being around the person that I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, I'm a very busy person with everything I got going on. So when I feel if I make time for you, that means I really do care about you because I'm a homebody now. Sometimes I'd be like, fuck this, I'm gonna sit at home, I don't care. But if I plan on making time for you, that means that, yes, I care about how you feel. I care about you as a person, all that good shit. It's not just me I'm just going to go over here and do this because this is how I'm going to shut her up. Because a lot of guys do that. I ain't going to lie to you. A lot of guys will be like, let me go on over here and deal with this so I can shut her hell up. If I don't feel like talking to you, I'm going to ghost your ass. I mean, no, I'm a... Boy, y'all should have seen Lady J's face when I said that shit right there.
So do you think it could be too much time? A person can spend too much time?
Yes and no. You can spend too much time in a positive. I don't think you can ever spend too much time in a positive way, ever. But you definitely can spend too much time in a negative way. You know what I mean? When people are not vibing and but you're just sitting around, you don't know that can really bother a person. You know what I mean? That gets a person to stewing. Like, what I mean by stewing, like they're sitting there like, oh, why is he even here? Or why? And then you're sitting there like, why am I even here? You know what I mean? This is bullshit. I could be doing something else. She's not saying that to me. I'm not saying that to people. If y'all not vibing at that point in time, take a little time for yourselves. Get your mind right. Do what you got to do.
And communicate.
Right. But you see, you can communicate now from the phone. You ain't got to be in my face. Let's get this, you know what I mean? A lot of times it's easy to fix that situation over the phone because, I've seen times that people have regular conversations in people's faces and then it turns into something completely different. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. It turns into something completely
But
physical.
you know what? I don't like phone conversations.
Yeah, we know.
And it's crazy because I And I think it's just from being in an environment where I work on the phone so much. So to me, phone calls have become impersonal to me. I'd rather have a serious conversation face to face.
Now, let me say this.
I want to be able to look at you and say what I think.
Okay, but that's still over the phone if it's FaceTime.
But you understand? Like I
get what you're saying. You want to see my reaction to everything I'm saying, and I'm saying that now you can't get a phone that doesn't have a video chat on it. Only time you gonna get a phone that doesn't have a video chat on it, it's a fucking flip phone, people. And you know, if you get a flip phone,
senior citizen phone.
What? Yeah. You need to get off of Granny's plan. Yeah, but it's so many things now that makes relationship and I can say that it makes it easier, but it makes it harder at the same time because a lot of these things can put if they're used in the wrong way, they can put they can put you in a real situation. Trust me, I know.
Well, one of the last things that Steve talked about was knowing, when you're dating somebody or you start dating somebody, knowing what's going on is the willingness to address commitment and actually commit. He was saying that one of the biggest things that men have a hard time doing is addressing commitment. And especially with the whole go with the flow thing, if you're dating somebody, like you should know where this relationship is going. You should know where you're headed. If you have no destination, the relationship is going to go to nothing. Proceed. So what do you feel about that?
I hate you, Steve.
Look, it's all on my notepad.
I see it. She got it written down. She ain't making this shit. It'd be easy if she made it up because I could have made something up. But no. Okay. I can't see. That's just it's because I'm going to be on the other side of the fence with this, and you knew that. Because we've talked about this.
I'm gonna give you my opinion too. We talking. We podcast.
This is some bullshit. But no. Okay, so.
Do you want me to go first?
Yes, please, because you actually stumped me this time.
Okay.
You should be happy. People, Lady J has finally stumped me. But kudos to you. Hats off, Lady
I think
J.
I stumped you because you really don't want to tell the truth. But it's okay. I got it. So
I'm going to tell the truth.
I feel that, okay, for me personally, talking about commitment isn't a big issue to me because that's what I'm looking for. So my willingness to commit is not an issue. I'm the type of person, even though I'm dating, I'm technically single, but I'm dating. Logically, I can date however many men I want to because I'm not exclusively for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has said you my girlfriend or, none of that. Or can you be none of that. So I can date who I want to date. But the type of person that I am, I don't have the mental, I'm telling you this all the time, it may sound crazy. I don't have the patience or the mental capacity to date more than one person at a time. So I might just be the girl that look like I'm hopping from nigga to nigga. I can only deal with one person. So I think a lot of times that gets used against me a little bit because guys know that I'm not going to deal with more than one person at a time. So it's just like, okay, it's whatever. So yeah, commitment is not an issue to me. I want to be with one person and one person only. I don't want to be with 20. I don't want to be with 10. And it's options. I got options, I just choose to opt out. So it is what it is, That's my.
That's great, Lady J. That's great. Oh, I hate it here. Okay.
You stupid. Go ahead.
Me
I've been
personally,
punked.
look, me personally, I am a go with the flow type guy, but I am also very territorial at the same time. So it's like a double edged sword for me. You know what I mean? I know that I know that when well, what I'm looking for is a little bit different because, like I said, even though I am been separated for almost 2 years. I'm still new to this. You know what I mean? I'm still like, sometimes I get a little uncomfortable when, females come around me and be trying to talk to me and all that stuff. And I'll be like, oh my God, I don't want to hear this shit. You know what I mean? But at the
Oh, trust me, I feel you.
but at the same time, you know what I mean? Yeah, I got options too, but a lot of times I've learned from my mistakes in the past that it's easier to deal with just one than instead of trying to deal with multiple, because multiple doesn't get you nowhere in life but headache and heartbreak. I swear to you people. That's what it's going to get you. You're going to get you a lot of headache and a whole lot of heartbreak, and you're going to be sitting here mad as hell talking about, I wish Gavin would have told me. No, listen, the boss man is telling you right now, it's not worth multiples anymore, people, because, and I'm not even talking about, it's so many things out here that can hinder you from, I feel like when you are dealing with multiple people now, you are hindering the potential of the person you may find. You feel what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Because you can sit out here and be running and chasing all day long, and then you'll run into something that's just not what you are looking for, people. I'm telling you. And it's going to hit you in the face. Next thing you know, you turn around, you got a baby mama, y'all can't stand each other, you fight every goddamn day. You know what I mean? It's just, it's so much involved in being with just one person now. It's just, life is easier. I'm telling you, it's so much easier when you want to deal with one person, because you don't have to deal with multiple personalities. Oh my God. You'd be surprised what's out there now, people.
You know what scares me with dealing with multiple people in dating, and just like you say, you've been separated for 2 years. I've only been divorced, almost 2 years. So we kind of on the same playing field. But I feel like my biggest fear is dating multiple people, and the one person that's truly meant for me, I screw it up or look over them because I'm looking elsewhere.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like when you're focused on one person, you're able to see everything. Now one thing that I don't want to ever do again is ignore red flags, because I see the blue skies and the rainbows for the person that I don't see the red flag. But nobody's perfect. Everybody can, learn,
Lady J,
life lessons and stuff.
Let me ask you this question, since you said red flags. What are red flags personally to you? What kind? That you consider as red flags?
Well, one is lying.
Okay.
A person who will lie about something so small will lie about something so big.
Well,
I don't like liars.
You damn right. If I'm gonna lie about the small shit, I'm gonna lie about the big shit.
Right, and I don't have time for that. I'd rather somebody be bold enough to tell me some real shit in my face than to lie about something so small behind my back. Another red flag would be not having a direction. If you don't know where you want to go or what you want to do, then what you gonna do with me? What can you do with me? So, to me, that's a red flag of an indecisive man. Is a very big red flag for me at 40. At 40 years old, we should know what we want, where we're going.
Yeah, we should, but
True.
We should, but and there's a but out there, because a lot of people feel like once they're out of that long-term relationship, A lot of people want to play the field.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. A lot of people want to go out there, how they say, sow your wild oats. If you want to sow, then do it. But I feel if you're going to do it, don't waste my time or your time.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, then that is a sense of direction. If a person knows that they don't want to be in a committed relationship and they don't want to be with just one person exclusively, then that's the direction that they're choosing to go through. So they can say, look, that's not what I want to do. I've been locked down for a minute. I'm trying to be out here and belong to the streets. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm trying
and
to
you're
get
not trying
10
to drag me
toes
down
to
with you
these
as you're in
streets,
the streets.
baby. I ain't got time for the bullshit. I'm trying to see if I can find somebody that's going to do something strange for some change.
And listen, the guy who could tell me that straight up has my ultimate respect as a man. Bro, do you?
Can he still get
And
some?
when you out in the streets, if I'm available, let me know. I might be out in the streets with you. We Bojangles together. I don't know.
We may meet up in the middle.
Yeah, but at least you being honest with me. To me, that is the highest respect I can give a person, to be that straight up and honest with me.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, because I was looking at something before that, and it's funny now. The dating game has changed. You know that, right? It's changed big time.
Yeah.
Social media, the internet has changed the dating game by leaps and bounds. You have things that have dating sites that you don't even know. A lot of people don't know. Do y'all guys know that Facebook has a dating site?
I saw that.
Yes. I've recently seen that myself. I was like, wow. You got, what do you got?
But so funny, Facebook ain't even need that.
Yeah, you didn't need that.
How many hookups Facebook do? That was a waste of time and money.
Somebody got paid up there off the humbug.
Right.
So yeah, Facebook and Instagram
is already being done.
Already being done. But let me say this to you. So I'm looking at some stats right here, right? It says how many first time dates have you been on? And then a lot of people say they've been on an average of a single person in 1 year can go on 41 first dates. Wow. Where the hell are these people? In my mind, where are these people living at? What? 41?
Right.
And let me tell y'all something about this 41 thing. I have
entertain those 41 people.
I have very expensive taste. Y'all may not know this. I like nice things. And so I'm not going to no bullshit ass restaurant. I'm going to a restaurant where a steak may run you $85 on the low end. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So can you imagine 41 of them bitches? And then on top of that, this is the crazy thing, the thing that made me holler when I said it. They said 95% of the people that go on these first dates have already did a background check on the person they're going on the first date with. Boy, Google is a motherfucking boy.
Well, nowadays you have to. People lie about some of the dumbest crap, so you do have to do that. I do that for a living. So I have done it for a living for many years. So
they said that's how
somebody can tell you.
That's how they said that's how they prevent stalking. Because I guess you can see, like, I don't know how that could prevent stalking to me, because you can still get stalked. People. Yeah,
that's to me, that don't make no sense.
That makes no sense to me, because I've seen people stalk. I've sat there, watched people stalk people. Well, I'm sorry. There's too many P's in there. I've sat there and watched people stalk other people's pages and pictures in front of me. And I'd be like, what are you doing? Man, you see how bad she is, man. I'm like, man, dude, Are you talking to that one? No, man, I just like looking at her pictures. I'm like, you know what? Let me get up from here. That's the first thing. Let me get
And
my
I mean,
hands
to
up.
me, looking at a person's picture is fine. My issue be when people don't get the hint. 'Cause like I said, I have an issue with entertaining a whole bunch of people. So, those like DMs and instant messages and people just constantly saying stuff like, good morning, beautiful, no response. Later that night, good afternoon, gorgeous, no response. Good night, beautiful. Bruh.
I don't think they understand. I don't think they get it.
If
Like,
you
you
still
don't
love
really
that
get
shit.
it. If she's left you on red this whole time, people, she ain't interested. She ain't.
Listen, I ain't interested, bruh.
She's not interested. It's like you sit there on this
And
phone
it's crazy.
and get mad. Like, you get mad, and then I mean, like, oh, don't let the bitch see you out in
Right.
public. Oh, he gonna wanna act a sea donkey. Females
Man,
too.
listen.
Females too.
Listen, and so you ain't gonna respond to me? Or I text you a week ago, you don't be checking your phone? Yeah, nigga, I checked my phone, I just ain't want to talk to you. What you mean?
Oh goodness, you got me choking up here.
You're not the one I want to talk to, buddy.
You don't tickle my fancy there, my friend. It's time for you
Right.
to move on. Just move
Hold on, or
on.
my fancy's already being tickled.
Yes.
There's no room for
There's
no more tickling.
no
I'm
more
good.
room for no more tickling. Like, it just blows my mind. Like, people get so upset.
What is a red flag for you? For guys?
Oh,
for women?
man. In the beginning, you know what's a red flag for me? It's clinginess. Like a female that's
Nothing
just
wrong with clinging you.
yeah, but
I'm very clingy.
red flag, people.
But see, I feel like, what's your definition of clingy?
I was about to get to that.
I can't cling on to nothing that don't belong to me.
Right. Now,
Go ahead.
there are clinginess to the full extent. Like, you get people like, I've had it done to me. Like, people show up in places that I know I didn't tell them to be at. That's clinginess close to border stalkers. Oh yeah. Or have you trapped behind the bar when you trying to get out? Because they get. I'm glad you find that funny.
Keep going.
I'm so glad you find that funny. You know what I mean?
Hey, don't be the woman y'all choose, though.
I didn't choose that mother. Don't get me started with that. Had me trapped behind the bar. Gavin! No! Bag back.
Oh my God.
It's so
Hilarious.
I'm glad you found that funny.
I think, let me say this, addressing the clingy part, because I consider myself to be clingy, but again, I think I'm clingy to the point, like, if I'm dealing with I ain't gonna say dealing with somebody, because I know how to give people their space and their time, because I be meeting my space and my time. But if I'm dating somebody, or I'm with somebody, or in a relationship with somebody, the person that I'm with is like my partner. So I feel like if you my homeboy, you're not only my man, you my homeboy. So when I get ready to do something, in my mind, I'm thinking, let me call my homeboy. I want to do this with my homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think to call my homegirl and say, unless it's an all girls thing or whatever. But if I want to go out to eat or go to the beach or something like that, the first person I think about doing it with is with the person that I'm dating or the person I'm in a relationship with.
Now let me
That's what I mean.
Let me hit you with some of. Let me hit you with some of the definition of clingy. Being in a clingy relationship with your girlfriend is a person that often crosses lines and barriers, moves in on private space, wants to
Like a psychopath.
Yeah, basically, that's scary to me. Here's another good part of it. Often compares themselves to family members. So basically, you're telling me like, oh, so your mama called here, you just do this and you just do that. Yeah, bitch, that's my mama. What you talking about?
Right.
It's something like that. You know there's something in the religion. Oh my God.
But you know what? I think when I hear stuff like that, that sounds so psychotic, psychopath to me because, first of all, if I have sons, right? So the one thing I try to teach my sons is that, we had this discussion. Remember we talked about who comes first, right? So me and my sons have this conversation, and I tell my sons all the time that when you ever get to the point you're in a serious relationship or you're married, I will never come before your wife. That I would never allow you to put me in front of your wife. That's number one. But number two, I know that the void that your wife feels is a void I would never feel. So to me, for my man to be a quote unquote mama's boy or have a great relationship with his mom, I would want that. Because if he has a great relationship with his mom, 9 times out of 10 will have a great relationship. And I do stuff mama can't do, right? So why would I be upset or worried? Unless your mama toxic, then that's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
But other than that, like, why would you compare yourself with a mom or put yourself in line with a man's children? Because women do that with children too.
Right. I know. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. It like I said, this is another topic. Like we can really explore this one because it's so much into it. Like dating in a whole, like nowadays, like can you imagine dating now? Can you imagine dating back in the days, like when you had to meet the whole family? The date was at the house where you had to meet the whole family and go through, and that was the first date. That was the first date that you had. That was the one that you had to ask daddy for permission to go on the next date. Like, damn, I done met everybody in here. Now I got to ask you permission for the next date? Did you guess it?
Well, you know why that is. You know why that doesn't happen anymore. Hell, we don't have whole households no more.
Yeah, you right about that. You right about that.
And 9 times out of right. The mama's young and they out there trying to do their own thing too, so they ain't worried about what they children doing.
Let me tell you.
That's the only difference there.
Let me tell you what I told my daughters. I said, listen here, babies. I'm going to tell you some real things. I said, your first boyfriend, I don't want you to like him. She was like, why? Because your daddy going to punch him in his mouth as soon as you see him. First boyfriend, I'm going to punch right in the mouth. Lady J, I'm not playing. Just to let her know.
You can't be punching other people's children.
What? I'm going to hit him right in his mouth before you even say anything. Hey, Mr. Steve. Come on, get on up. Get on up. Because she gonna be like, man, you a punk. You let my daddy hit you.
Jail. Nah, he get up and dust your ass, you think you gonna have a problem.
Oh boy, let me tell you something. He get up and try to dust the old man, boy, I'm gonna pull my pistol out on him. You thought you just gonna beat you just thought you gonna beat me in here. Hell, I'm worried about nowadays he may pull a pistol out of mine.
See, you ain't even being fair. Right.
We gonna see who gonna get the upper hand on each other. Oh, I done got to jump on this nigga. Let me
can't do that. You can scare him a little bit, but you can't be right here punching other people's children.
I told her, I said, I'm gonna pull his punk card, so I just don't want you to like him. Remember how was it Bad Boys? What did he say? The nigga can't fight, she can't go.
Yeah.
Oh man!
I could go with that.
You get what I'm saying?
Now see, you gonna mess around and the first boyfriend you have, you're gonna fall in love with him, and that's gonna be your son-in-law.
Oh Lord, that's what happened to you. What you talking about?
Huh?
That's what happened to you.
That's why I said that. It is. That's why I said that. I know from personal experience.
Just to let y'all know, Lady Jada she fell in love with the first man.
I did.
She did.
Thank God it was a man.
That's for another conversation. See how she doing me? You see how
So
she
what's
like
another red flag?
What's another red flag?
Yes.
Disrespectful. Disrespectful. Not to be able to go out with that person. Like, you can't go and have a nice meal because you don't know how to act in the fucking streets. Right or wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Right. When you get a lady out there
I'm with you when you're right.
That you get out there in them goddamn streets and she just talking all out of. And I'm not even a type of cat that be like, oh, don't you talk out of pocket to me. I'm not that type of cat. You see what I'm saying? That's not what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But I also am not the type of guy that's going to be, oh, you want to make a scene in public. Now, me personally, I try not to do that because, like I said, I was raised right. But there's a lot of females out there that will act a freaking fool in public. And they feel like, okay, whatever happens here, we're going to handle it here. No. When we are together or we are a couple, whatever happens here, we take home and we hash it out there. We don't hash it out here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people don't understand that.
You know, I have always had an issue with other people being in my business. So if I'm having a disagreement with my partner or something like that, I don't feel like it's anybody's business what we're disagreeing on. So that's one reason why I would never call the scene out in public, because first of all,
nobody else's
it ain't their business.
It's nobody's business but yours and his.
Right.
But at the same time, you got to make sure that he understands that too, because a lot of times the other person doesn't understand that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're going to handle this right here. It's here, let's do it.
I know.
No, homeboy, we're not going to handle it right here because honestly, you don't want to handle it right here because you the problem. You don't want to get embarrassed like that. Do you? I'd be like, do you really want to be embarrassed like that? Are you serious? And they'll sit there and look at you like, yeah.
And see, I have the issue with being embarrassed anyway. And I feel like, I tell people all the time, don't post me. Like, if I say I'm straight, we'll talk about this later, please leave it like that. Because I feel like when people quote me, I get to the point where it's just like, all right, fuck it. No holds bars. I'm finna go all in. And, you know, I'm a lady in the street.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But just don't test me. Don't poke me. Don't poke me. Just don't poke me.
I feel you on that. It's a lot of ways to have red flags and all that good stuff. But a lot of times when people... Well, you know, a lot of times it's easy to deal with red flags when you see them. When you don't see them, that's the problem. When you don't see them and then you just happen to, oh my goodness, we just rolled up on this. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I didn't think you were just...
But do you honestly think you don't see red flags? Or you think you just ignore them?
You know, you already know I'm the type of person that hope that shit fits itself. You know what I mean? I sit and hope you're gonna fit yourself. You know what I mean? But in reality, that shit doesn't ever happen the way that I need it to happen, ever. Like in reality, you
speak on it?
Yeah, I speak on it. I be like, look, please, God, let this girl please learn how to act right in public, blase squaze, and then you sit there and you like, damn. You really don't know how to act in public. Like, you really, like, I can't, like, I have a very, very big pet peeve of mine is when we're at the table and you're sitting here. I want people to realize this, people. These people that you give a hard time to in the food industry, remember that they're back there with your food. Now, you over here giving this person a hard time just because you upset at life. Like I said, remember, this person is back there with your food. So when you over here thinking everything is sweet and they done coughed up a loogie out, look, I can't even talk about it. It makes me ill. But there's so many red flags. You know what, though?
Okay, now, what if you're in that situation and the waitress or the waiter is rude themselves? So what do you expect for you? What would you do?
Well, what I would do,
if you're on a date,
I would get up and leave, because I want you to realize this: you hurt them more by taking your money away from them.
I get that.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm doing that.
I can hurt you more by playing with your money than me arguing back and forth with you and sitting there and think everything is all right after I done sat here and called you all out your name and did all types of crazy shit. You see what I'm saying? I'm not hurting you, because 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to know what you did to my food, and I'm still going to tip you, and you still got your get back. So, who wins? Right.
I get that.
So that's why I always tell people.
You know, with me, I try not to be ugly like that, but my face tells it all.
Every time.
They'll be looking at me like, ooh, yeah. I won't say nothing. I won't act a donkey, but my face will say it all.
Every time, ladies and gentlemen. Every time. Well, I think we covered some good things on this topic. I think there's a lot more. I think personally, I need to do some more research on it, because you got me this time. With the help of Mr. Steve Harvey, you got me this time. I can't even get upset. So I'm gonna do some finishing words, and I'll let Lady J do some finishing words, and we'll get them off this thing. Facts of the matter is, people, when you are looking for that significant other, look closely, pay attention, feel that person out. You don't have to fall in love at first sight. You don't have to be their number one at first sight. None of that. You take your time. You understand what that person is all about. Maybe you want to deal with their look, people have good and bad issues. Maybe you want to deal with their good. Maybe you want to deal with their bad, maybe you don't. But when you are in the learning stage of that person, it's easier to get out of that situation. Now, when you start putting your time and your effort into something, and then you want to turn and walk away, good luck. I want to see that happen.
It may not be so easy.
It may not be so easy. And then, a lot of times things get taken to a different level that, a lot of people are not prepared for. People get in their feelings, and I've seen people get hurt. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So people, if you love somebody, cherish that person. If you're caring for them, care for them. Or if you are in the beginning stages, let it be the beginning stages. Let it, like Lady J always tell me, let it manifest. Let it work itself out. Let all the bugs get worked out of the situation before you make a full-blown committed to it. Because like I said, people get hurt all the time trying to be that trying to be. You see what I'm saying? So go ahead, Lady J. Give them a little bit of that Lady J knowledge.
Well, I just think that when you're dating somebody, have a direction on what you want to do. If you're not ready to date, then don't date. Plain and simple. Just, be able to say what you want, be a man or a woman of your word. Especially at this day and age and at my age, the games are overrated. So yeah, let's cut that out. Be honest. Say what you want and, go from there. I feel like, getting to know somebody, you can get to know somebody, but it don't take you a year to figure out if you want to deal with this person or not. You know what you want.
Facts.
Right. You know what you want straight up from, actually, like we talked about 90 days. Within 90 days, you already know if this is somebody you can see yourself with long term or not.
Then you mess around and find out it's
After
trash.
Stupid, but after that, it's preliminary. If you've been dealing with somebody for months, you know what you want to do with this person, or if this person is going to be around for a long time.
Because then
And
you
if you
find out
don't
it's
see
trash.
this person in your life for a long time, say that. But even after you had it and found out it ain't trash, figure out what you want.
Figure out what you want.
And handle it.
But when you put it on her, listen, man, when you put it on her and she do that, ooh, baby, boy, you got her locked in then, boy. It's whatever after that. Don't listen to me. Don't y'all listen to me.
Whatever. Please don't. Because the ladies can say the same thing. When you end up squirming and screaming and hollering, you got a locked in. That don't mean nothing.
That don't mean nothing.
At all. Right. So, but yeah, that's all. Just be straight up front and know what you want. If you're 20, you got time to waste. Just don't waste people's time. That's the biggest takeaway.
There it goes, good people. There it goes. There it is. Here it is. And we have discussed it, and now it's over with. I want to thank everybody for listening to Late Night at the Table. I keep on laughing, y'all. I want to thank everybody for listening to Late Night at the Table, guys. You have made this channel explode. I do appreciate all the love and the feedback that we get from our listeners. And I want to thank all the people that listen to us, that don't want to admit that they listen to us. But we know you do.
Our secret stalkers.
Yes. So, once again, this is Gavin the Boss Man Stevenson. I got the lovely Lady J. Lady J, go ahead and tell them goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.